friends, it's On the Road. Well, it's summertime, and who doesn't love a good street fest? Well, Palm Springs, California does it right. Their VillageFest is held year-round, and who best to talk about it than Nick Gonzalez, the Director of Parks and Recreation. Nick, welcome to On the Road.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And we want to thank our sponsor, Opus Escrow. So Nick, tell us, how did this VillageFest start? It's one of the biggest in the country, I understand.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty large street market that we put on. It actually started about 33 years ago. The city wanted to do something to attract visitors into the area right before they started out their weekend out here in the Coachella Valley. So that's why it's held on Thursday nights. It's been a great event that we've been putting on. We get tons of visitors that come by. During the busy season, we get anywhere from about 8,000 to 10,000 visitors coming a night.
Wow.
And then off season, it's a little bit lower than that, but we have tons of people that really enjoy this wonderful event.
Hi, I'm Henrik from Soap by Malta Design. We're here on VillageFest every Thursday, basically all year long. We make soap for sensitive and dry skin, delicate flowers like myself.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I am here with my booth, Redmond Weaving. I work anti-human trafficking in Mexico. So what I do is I teach and employ sex trafficking survivors to make my earrings. I work with incarcerated women in Oaxaca to make my bags. And my heart is to create employment and get rid of vulnerabilities that can just make sure that women are not being exploited and they are changing the trajectory of their lives.
You hold it every single week.
We do.
That's
Yep.
quite a feat.
Yeah, it is. We have an awesome team of staff members that put this on. One thing that a lot of people don't really actually realize is this is a city-run event. So the city of Palm Springs has really paid a lot of attention and put a lot of time and effort in making sure that this is successful. And so we do host it every week. There's only one time throughout the year that we don't do it, and that's during Christmas. But every other week we're out there, whether it's rain, a little bit of rain or some heat wave, we're still there putting this on for the year.
Hi, welcome to the Palm Springs Animal Shelter at VillageFest. We have t-shirts, we have towels. Our number one seller is our towel. We're a no-kill animal shelter. All this goes to support the animals for the Palm Springs Animal Shelter. Come see us.
Here at the VillageFest, we are finishing up our 14th year. I have lights in bottles. What I have is recycled bottles. I use a lot of alcohol bottles, a lot of tequila bottles specifically, because the glass is real thick.
And during the summer months when it is really hot, we adjust our time. So normally we're 6 to 10, and in summer we're 7 to 10.
Okay. And how many vendors participate in this?
It depends on the week, but we have anywhere between about 150 to 175 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it must take up several city blocks.
Yeah, there's about 3 to 4 city blocks that take up the event, and then some other side streets that we offload into. So yeah, we got a ton of people that come out.
I roast my coffee once a week, and it's coming from women-only farmers in Guatemala. And I have a variety of different teas that are a whole leaf, and they brew very nicely in the cup, and even jars of spices to spice up your cooking today.
All right. Well, we are Guide Dogs of the Desert volunteers, and we're here at VillageFest as often as possible to try to recruit folks to raise puppies for us for the first couple years before they become professionally trained to be seeing eye dogs for the blind.
How did this concept come to be? You said it's been going on continuously for 33 years. Did city leaders just kind of get together, or did it kind of happen organically and just kind of grew?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So city really wanted to get people to start out their weekend early out here, right? And so it was an opportunity to create this really big market, this outdoor space, and utilize a lot of our downtown corridor. We're a very big tourist economy, so we get a lot of tourists and a lot of visitors that come by. And what better way to kind of kick off your wonderful weekend than enjoying and strolling around along our downtown area. And so it's an opportunity for us to showcase local vendors. We get vendors from all over the place that come out and want to participate and really have a great time out there.
And it's kind of a mix of art and food and produce and even some entertainment?
Yeah, there's a whole mix of that. So it's a juried art selection street markets. So all vendors, all entertainers, everybody that participates in the event, they have to come before our Village Fest board to actually get chosen and selected to participate. They have to showcase all their materials and their works of art that they will be selling or displaying out on the street, and they get selected and chosen. And once they're out there, we have a whole range of different types of artwork that's there, whether you're doing art, metal work, any type of street market, street vendors. There's, like you said, the farmers market area. There's a food court area. And then we also have entertainers that are spread throughout to make sure that we're keeping it lively.
Interesting. Now, would you have two of the same or no, just kind of one lettuce produce dealer?
It depends. Yeah. So it depends. Also, the vendors will pick and choose their schedule, right? So we have an understanding of what may or may not work. And so you may see several different jewelry vendors out there, but each one of them are going to be unique and eclectic, right?
Sure.
And so it still offers a different product for the community to come out and enjoy that.
Hi, my name is Sarah Sash. I am a local artist. I do murals. I do this. I hand draw these. And they're full paint kits. They come with paints, mixing chart, instructions, disposable apron, palette. And I customize anything that you want. It's just a fun activity that you can do where you can enjoy painting and be a part of something that you love to do without having any stress.
Hello, my name is Dawn and my business is Spiritual Twist. Everything here is handmade by me with love and uplifting, colorful creations. I make metal art, and so this is a scrap metal that I create into art. Something that would be trash becomes art. And then, like I have things with meanings, like hummingbirds, dragonflies, ladybugs, bees, everything has a meaning. I have owls, I have ravens, spiritualtwist.net. And I am on Facebook and Instagram, Spiritual Twist.
I saw folks too even dressed in costume. Is that maybe the street performers or is that just people out having fun?
Yeah, it could be street performers. It could also be part of some of our special events that we do. So there will be different times throughout the year. If there's like an extra holiday or something else coming along, we'll do a special event in coordination with that to help drive additional traffic. So it could be coordinated with that too, but everybody just comes out and has a good time.
Very cool. And are most merchants kind of, they know this is their thing every week, or is it kind of changing? Are they not participating every week?
Most of them want to participate every week.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they go through a really robust process as far as the application process to participate in this market. And then we work with them on their schedules, of course. There may be some weeks that they're not available, or maybe they're out of town or not here during season, and we work with them. But they let us know when they're not going to be here so we can adjust the layout accordingly.
So it's really interesting to me that it's held every single week. I mean, I would say many cities have, maybe an annual street fest or maybe twice a year, but any kind of thoughts on how to make that work, how the city kind of does it so seamlessly?
Well, I mean, we've been doing it successful for 33 years. And so it's been a model and a layout that works best for us in our community. Because we have such a robust process, not only with the application, the jury selection for the vendors that are coming to participate, and then the community has this level of expectation of what should be out on the street fair, right? And so it really is a seamless operation. I mentioned previously, we have a fantastic team of individuals that work and put on this event. We have dedicated staff that are assigned to just only work on VillageFest. And so it's really become a successful model for us and helps spur up the local economy here.
Now, any street vendors that maybe kind of got not the okay in the beginning, but then they came back and were approved later on?
Yeah, that does happen. We get maybe some vendors that maybe are a little bit early on in their career and want to fine-tune their craft or their artwork. And so they have the ability to come back after a certain time period and reapply and then go before the board to get selected.
Okay.
Hi everybody, my name is Cheryl from Crush Cookies, a cookie with a purpose. The purpose is they're all natural and there are no preservatives in these cookies. I make them for local resorts. Tonight we have a lot of different flavors, and tonight we've got featuring Fluffy Balls, which is an Italian tea cake Mexican wedding cookie. We've got Sweet Lemon Balls. We have Naked, which is similar to a shortbread cookie. Dreamy Coconut, Date cookies, and Melty Mouth chocolate chip, as well as Cinnamon Doodle that tastes like cinnamon toast. And Nutty is our peanut butter cookie made with peanut brittle inside the cookie. It's pretty delicious. We love being a part of VillageFest because it is the best street fair that you will ever come to in Palm Springs. Thanks for coming in.
It takes a lot of people to coordinate all of this every week. How does that work in terms of traffic and, businesses knowing that they're not going to have the parking available during those times?
Yeah, absolutely. So it does take a village to run this smooth operation. So the Parks and Rec Department, with the coordination of our VillageFest staff, they run that operation, but it's in tandem with folks from the police department, from Public Works to ensure roads are closed and is safe and maintained throughout the entire event, through fire, making sure we have access for fire engines if there were an emergency to come in throughout that whole area. And then also what's really important is working with our business community down in that main street corridor. And so our businesses are well aware this happens every Thursday evening, and they're aware of everything that goes on. So it takes us tremendous amount of support from city staff to put on this weekly event.
And I would imagine the restaurants see a lot more foot traffic coming in at that time too.
Yeah, they do, all the businesses down there. So there's a whole different array of retail shops to different restaurants and bars and other entertainment venues down there. And so this event helps spur up that business, right, and the local economy. And so we see this as an economic driver for our community, which is why it's been so successful and why we continue to put it on every week.
So did it start as a one block event and then kind of gradually grew to 2 and 3 and 5?
Yeah, it did. It actually started off as a much smaller footprint, and as the event continued to get a lot more traction and gained a lot more success, it grew to what it is today, and having 3 or 4 blocks dedicated to this weekly event.
So before, I would imagine in the beginning, anybody could just kind of participate and put up their tents, and then at some point, the city said we need to, make sure the quality is there and put together some kind of jury pool to approve?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it started out with kind of just everybody who wanted to participate, they were welcome to join in on that event. Then the city at some point set some policies and some guidelines that wanted to make this a more juried event to select the actual amount of vendors and arts and crafts people that would participate in this event. And so now we have a really robust policy, and there are criteria and guidelines of who can and cannot participate in this.
So I would imagine some vendors have been here a while and others are just kind of getting their toe in the water.
Yeah, we do have a different array of rotations of vendors that come out and participate. We actually have one vendor, Julian's Food, who sells Greek food. They've participated in this event for 33 years. So they've been here since the beginning. And it's been pretty awesome to see them succeed.
Interesting. That is a long
It
time.
is. Yeah, absolutely it is.
And others that just kind of are just starting this year.
Yeah, there's others that just start more recently within the past couple of months, and we see a lot of success of these vendors. We have several vendors that have started out here as just a pop-up. One restaurant here in town called the Heyday actually started out as a pop-up food vendor in our food court area, and they got so successful that they ended up opening their storefront down in the downtown area, and now are really successful with that.
Really?
So it's been pretty awesome to see really a success of our vendors who move on into bigger and better things.
Very cool. And do you have any advice for other cities or locales that are maybe thinking of doing something similar?
Sure. The one thing that I would suggest is really understand and get to know your community, right? It doesn't make sense to just pick up this model and transfer it into somewhere else. You really have to have a lot of community support. And here in Palm Springs, we have a wonderful support from our community members who enjoy this weekly event. We've established great relationships with our business community, especially in the downtown corridor, which this weekly fair participates in. And that's truly been really successful. And so it's also really helpful to have a good array of pool of artists and other vendors that want to participate and can echo and sell all the great work that you're doing here.
And so, Nick, how did you get to be in this role and find yourself here?
So I'm actually new to this area. So I started in this role as the Director of Parks and Recreation in December.
Oh, wow, recent.
So I've only been here for about 6 months now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so it's been a wonderful journey. The staff and the team here are fantastic. Our community here is really engaged and really supportive of the work that we do in Parks and Recreation. And I mean, what greater space to be in and then just a beautiful city in Palm Springs.
Sure. And what other activities does the Parks and Rec Department put on?
Yeah, we have a wide variety of activities all throughout our park system and in our several facilities. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool where we offer a lot of different lap swimming, swim lessons for kids. We have several other community centers that have a robust, wide array of programming from little kids all the way to seniors and our mature adults. We have a skate park here in town, which is pretty awesome and really great for our skaters to enjoy. And then we have this really awesome and robust camp program that we put on every summer, which our team does a fantastic job at doing.
Okay, and regarding the Village Fest itself, is there music as well playing? Kind of each block has its own performers?
Yeah, we have a wide variety of entertainment that changes out weekly. It's on a rotation basis. And so our entertainers get to come out once they're selected. We put them on the schedule and they get to perform out on the street as part of Village Fest. And actually, several years ago, one of the winners of American Idol actually started out at Village Fest.
Really?
Yeah, and she was great and actually ended up winning American Idol. But when they came out and wanted to give her the ticket to go to Hollywood, they actually came to Village Fest to give that to her.
Very cool. And she was performing that particular evening?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's Abigail Carter.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. How can folks learn more that maybe are thinking about coming to Palm Springs? Is there a website, Facebook site?
Yeah, absolutely. So folks in our community can find out more information about Village Fest by going to our website at villagefest.org.
Wonderful. And you have a Facebook site as well?
We do. We have a Facebook site, Village Fest, and also an Instagram site that's also Village Fest.
Does the art have a particular theme, that kind of maybe local flavor?
Yeah, we have a wide variety of artists that come out and participate. You will see a lot of mid-century art down in the street market, which pays homage to this community in this area, which is pretty neat to see.
Very cool. So we look forward to venturing out there this evening and meeting some of the vendors.
Yeah, you'll have a great time seeing everyone participate in Village Fest, so have a good time out there.
Wonderful. Well, Nick Gonzalez, thank you so much for being our guest on the road.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. And we want to thank our sponsor, Opus Escrow.